Hello, and welcome to Humankind OpenDev. My name is Jeff Spock. I'm the narrative director of the studio, and I'd like to welcome you on our journey of co-creation and co-design with the community. Amplitude has been doing this for about 10 years, but with Humankind, we wanted to do something a little new and a little different. So we're going to start OpenDev with a series of 3 time-limited scenarios that you'll be able to play over the next few weeks. Now, obviously, Humankind is a much bigger game. These scenarios are specific to OpenDev and are tailored to show and get feedback on just a very limited set of features and mechanics that will be part of the final game. After you've played the scenario, we'll ask you for responses to a series of questions that the game designers put together so you can help us make Humankind the very best historical strategy game. We're looking forward to hearing from you. We hope you enjoy playing the game. Together, let's see how far we can push Humankind.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the OpenDev of Humankind. I have been lucky enough to be chosen as one of the people to be able to play, actually, the OpenDev of Humankind. Now, the OpenDev of Humankind means that there is going to be 3 scenarios before the release that are being playable, and the community can bring their feedback about that game. So let's go start the first scenario, the Towers of Babylon, and the next set of scenarios is actually going to be 4 scenarios, as you can see, mostly centered around combat. Now, Humankind is a kind of game, let's say, in the civilization-esque genre. It's a tile-based empire-building game and includes everything that you would expect from a civilization-like game, and what you would expect from known games of Amplitude Studios. This game has the most similarities to the already established Endless Legend game from Amplitude Studios, and you may be recognizing some of the mechanics or the UI design, which I think is rather sleek. This UI design from Amplitude is very, very, very sleek and good looking. Now, the Towers of Babylon. Let me tell you the story of this glorious city. How it began, how it expanded, how it thrived. Long ago, Babylon was little more than a dusty square and a smattering of market stalls, but its people had big dreams. Grow Babylon, explore its environs and settle new lands. Expand it and fortify the city. The fate of Babylon is in your hands. The objective: raise a great city of many souls, protected by many armies, whose influence stretches into new lands. Understood. Now, first and foremost, I will be going ahead and be building a first district in my city. Now, you have a very nice quality of life feature. You can sort by anything that your heart desires, by output or type of building, or well, what you can build, what you are able to build in there. Now, this is like in Civilization 6, you do have city-centered districts and you have city expansions. Now, first things first, I'm going to build a tidying rack, which is actually going to be a city-centered district. Understood. Thank you very much. Now, the idea of the OpenDev is certain scenarios which you can play, as you can see over here in the top left, for a certain set amount of turns. Now, there is something up there that's called a curiosity, which you may know as goodie hearts from your Civilization games. One thing that they have taken over from the Endless Legend is the region systems. So you go there, you have your scout, you build an outpost, you claim this, you claim the territories by building an outpost over there, and you can see what kind of production your city would get from the surrounding hexes. And just go there ahead, build an outpost, and claim that city. I will be taking my other scout and, I don't know, exploring. Let's go explore to the west. Now, quite fortunately, I do have already a strategic resource in this here territory that I just claimed, which is salt, which gives me 2 food and 5 stability in every city that I have, which is very fortunate for me. Now let's choose a research. Let's have a look at the technology tree, what kind of research I want to take. Let's go for the city defense, because up there is a copper that I want to exploit as soon as possible. Now that I have everything done, let's go for the end turn. As you can see up there, there is some wildlife roaming the cities. I do not know whether there's going to be the kind of barbarians. I haven't run into barbarians in my latest game, but we'll just see and have to wait maybe for the combat OpenDev scenarios. I have found animal remains, giving me 5 more research over here, and there is something called a sanctuary, which often spawns a kind of neutral enemy, which you can go ahead and loot, which I will be doing in the next turn, because my unit has run out of turns. Now let's see, I do not have enough money yet, but once this outpost is built, I will be able to build it up either into a city, or I can build an artisan quarter before I build it into the city. The artisan quarters are needed to actually extract the luxury resources, which salt is one of which. Now you can also go and relocate your outpost if you think that you did choose the wrong location for that, but I will not be doing that as it's going to cost me time. And you will be moving in there and pillaging the sanctuary. Thank you very much. And let's go and see what will I be building. Let's go ahead and build actually a farmer's quarter, which is quite nice. They actually kind of highlight the spot with the best output for the district you have chosen, and that you can see then also the output that this district is going to have. I think I've made everything, and I will be taking now. Yeah, I have taken the Babylonians, which are people with a scientist affinity, which means I can go click on this science mode, which will convert any industry and money production into science. Now this will have to be taken for 5 turns at least, and boost, of course, my science output. And well, I will be waiting until my farmer's quarter is ready, and the ransack has been done. I can mouse over this report and see I have gained 22 gold. Very nice. Now you do have 4 more movement points, so let's go and explore further along this mountain line. Oh, I can see there's another salt deposit, and there is a mammoth over there. I do have another alert, but that's just the completed ransack that I don't need to worry about. Let's go ahead to the next turn. Yes, I know I do have a resource deposit, which I do have enough money now to actually exploit. Well, let's go ahead, let's do that. And I've finished. Now there's nothing else to do except for exploring. Now I have found horses down there, which are very useful. And I may actually be building a territory and claiming this territory, I may be building an outpost over here and claiming this territory for myself. But I do need gold for that, so that has to wait. Ooh, there's some coffee. That's very nice. Well then, I think I'm going to take actually this territory for myself. 2 food and 5 stability. Now that sounds very nice. Now that the farmer quarters have finished building, I will be going ahead and building a millstone. Now, as in previous Amplitude Studios titles, you do have your FIDs and your stability. You have stability, which actually is a measure of, well, how content your people are and how stable your cities are. You do have food, industry, money, and science, which all get generated by the surroundings of your city and the surrounding hexes of your city expansions. Now, food growth works a little bit different now, because you do have static food growth between 10 and 50 food output. You do not get any scaling food growth by having more food output. Anyway, as far as I can tell. Now, as usual, you will also be able to just relocate your settlers into different categories of production, which you actually currently need the most. Now, I do have a food output of 24, so I do think that's quite a lot. Without my farmer, I do have still an output of 19, and I will be actually going for money, because I will need that money to build a lot of cities. Now let's go ahead and build a maker's quarters somewhere. I don't know. This one's highlighted, giving me +9 industry on top of the production that I already have. Okay, and that's it for the turn. Well, looks like I have found something like a natural wonder. The Great Blue Hole. All manner of sea creatures stalk the hole's uncharted depths, from sharks to gobies to anglefish. Giving me 5 influence, +10 stability per natural wonder on the settlement, +10 money. That's pretty good. Though it's... oh, first discovered. Okay, let's go ahead and pillage that sanctuary and gain some more money out of that. Yes, I know about that one already. And some more new research, because my my bronze working actually got already finished. Now I will be going for domestication, because that's always very useful, and I can end my turn. And the upgrade of my outpost into a city has been completed. Now I will be actually building a copper mine as well onto that little tile over there, so that I can exploit the copper and build, for example, a forge, and making this city into a forge planet. That's a bit Stellaris-like, or Warhammer. No, into a forge city, and maybe even my military powerhouse, or my military recruiting planet. The first calendar, it's now an event. The invention of the calendar heralded a glorious day in the Empire's history. Now, with 2 major cities and numerous farming affairs needing to be harmonized across the land, it is time to standardize this calendar. Traders must have an easy means of synchronizing their activities. By what means do you wish to track the days? Oh, of course, by the lunar calendar. What do you think? I'm kind of fool? I mean, I am. Don't answer that. I know I am a fool, but still. And I'm going to go and build a outpost in the next turn. Oh, I can't do that even right now. Okay, let's do that. Let's build a new town outpost over there, so that I am able to go and exploit the Mercury, which is giving me +5 more stability and +2 more science. One of my other armies can go and approach, let's see, explore a little bit further, and there's a new bit of a curio, which has given me 5 more science. And now my capital, Babylonia, can actually go and build another district. And I will be building the astronomy house, because, well, it looks a little bit like the Ishtar Gate, and I think that's quite fitting. This is giving me 2 food and 2 science, or 4 food. No, I will be building it up there, in there, to increase my science output. Very nice. My city Babylonia has grown, and I don't think I will be needing this guy in food, so I will be putting him down into industry, speeding all the construction and recruiting up. Let's see what the next turn brings. Horsemanship. Now that's very nice. That's very fortunate for me. Let's choose a new research. Let's see, what can I take? Trade routes. Oh no, roads. Well, and a chariot. Ooh, chariots are pretty cool. I like me some chariots. Or some archers. A feast, a public fountain, flood irrigation. Let's take irrigation, considering that I'm going to build a city soon across this river valley over here. And you will be going over there, making a beeline to that horse territory, because I want to exploit the horse resource. Let's see, I do have a new event. A game of prophecy. With the empire thriving, a new game hailing from a foreign land beguiles the population. Everywhere you go, the distinctive game board and pieces catching your eye. Insisting on a public demonstration, you play the game under instruction in your palace court, but the event has a sting in the tail. The game is reckoned to be a form of divination as well as entertainment. Gasps could be heard as the game's prophecy became clear. You are fated to lose everything. What will you do? I can pay off every witness. I can let the people gossip, which is giving me less stability. Or I can heed that and lose out on science. Now I do think the lesser evil of the three is actually the -5 stability for 10 turns. 80 gold is quite a lot, considering I will actually want to go and build a city. Now I see there is actually a little bit of a curio down there, or a goodie hat. Oh, I have found marble and another sanctuary that I can pillage. That's very nice. Now let's go ahead and end the turn. And have a look at you. Let's go ahead and go there before you go actually into that territory with the horses. And then move on. Maybe you go ahead and find some higher ground from which to scout a larger part of the area. Very nice. There's another curio which I will want to get. And I can build another thing in my second city, Borzippa, which I don't remember being a Babylonian name, but my days of ancient Near East archaeology are gone for a long time. Are past a long time. Let's go and build another tannery for even more money, because I need that money. Give me all that money. Money makes the world go round. Also, let me have a look at the technology tree. What do I need for masonry? Carpentry and masonry. Okay. I will actually changing my research for these two, because masonry gives quite an interesting new feature, which I like very much. But I think I'm not going to be able to show that because of too little population in my city. But we'll see. Okay, you are able to go there. Or not. There's a deer in the way, apparently blocking my path. You know what? I want to build a city on that mountain top. That seems like a reasonable place for an outpost, overlooking the plains. I do quite like the ziggurat as the town center. These are looking very nice indeed. Also, these little hamlets around in the exploited towns also look very nice. This game is rather beautiful, don't you think as well? Let me go select that outpost, which has finished already, and let's go exploit the horse resources. Now I do have access to horses, and I can go ahead in my capital, if it weren't building anything else, and build me a, well, cavalry unit. Okay, I have unlocked masonry. Now, masonry unlocked something quite interesting, which is called forced labor. Now, if I go ahead and click on this city, I could go ahead and click this buyout with population. Now, this costs me 2 population, will bring the population of Babylon down to 1, but it will buy out the public fountain instead with money, with population. I will not be doing that, that's quite costly, I believe, but it's quite interesting and fitting for the time. I have unlocked the wheel technology, which automatically creates roads between cities and outposts of my empire. I believe only if they are connected through territories. Yes, it looks like it is. Because there's no road actually leading up to this little outpost over here, sadly. But I do have a scout nearby, so let's go ahead and, I don't know, build a little outpost, maybe up on this hilltop. Now go ahead and get that curio or the goodie hut. And I have found another natural wonder. Vinikunka, a site of daily worship and offerings. The sweeping mountain range is a testament to greater forces. I don't know, let's just go ahead and activate for the last 7 rounds the science mode. And let's see how many science output I will be having. I do have a science output of 19 currently, so let's go ahead and make that. Which creates now 88 science. Interesting, that's very interesting. Do I create more science if I were to put this one there? No. Let's see, which is going to be my highest science output. Ooh. Well then, let's do that. Let's not build any food. I do have still 14 outputs, so my city is not stagnating. Now I have unlocked yet another Era 2 technology, and I don't know whether this is not unlocked yet in this build. Yeah, but I did not go ahead and actually reach Era 2, but, well, that may be a certain restriction of the current scenario. We will have to wait for for the other scenarios and see if that's actually going to be changing. Now, I would have liked to see the further eras. This kind of suggests to me that this is going to be reachable, but maybe it is not. I have no idea. But as you can see, this screen is also maybe quite familiar with those that have played Endless Legend or Endless Space 2. You do have competitive deeds and era goals and some kind of era stars. I'm kind of curious about what this is. Now you can see here our culture screen, which are the Babylonians. We are, as I already explained, the scientists. Our special building is the astronomy house, and our special unit is the Shabushakasti, a very good melee unit which is built from the copper technology. Now, this is the last turn I could play, and this is the last, also most of the things covered that are actually I am able to do in this little preview, and I am actually quite interested in what this is going to look in the later scenarios, and how the full release of this game is going to look like. I'm very much intrigued by how this game works and its flush. Well, I'm very, very impressed by its interface, but I mean, it's Amplitudes Studios interface, so I did not expect anything less. So, stay tuned for the next scenarios. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek at Humankind, and I hope you will be joining me in the future, and I will be seeing you then. Goodbye.